What's up, everyone? The next video I just want to do is about red phase. Go into basic training and then red phase from there. Um, and then, real quick, I just want to mention a couple things I forgot in the last video. When you're in reception, you do get shots. For those of you who are wondering, that was usually the big question. How many shots you get depends on your immunization records. I don't remember what shots they give you because they give you a lot of shots. But, I mean, you end up getting at least one. I think I got like 3. Some people got like 4 or 5. So, I mean, it definitely ranges. You also get blood drawn in reception too. I think they check for like AIDS and stuff like that. Alright, so you go to basic training, get on the bus. When you get on the bus, they kind of start rushing you. That's when the intensity starting really. And then a drill sergeant, I'm pretty sure it was a drill sergeant from our basic training, like from our company and everything. He gets on the bus and he starts yelling, and our drill sergeant, he got on the bus and he was like, "Put your head down in your laundry bag and think about what you just done," or whatever. They basically don't want you to look up. And but I know some people that looked up, but I don't know. I just looked down anyway. I said fuck it. I didn't feel like getting in trouble on the first day. So we went down to basic training, and from there we had a hill that we had to run down. Some other people's is different, but they told us to run down the hill. We had our laundry bags, and then when we got to the bottom of the hill, they had us had our laundry bags on the top of our heads, so holding the bags like this. And we had to wait for our names to be called. And when our names were called, we were like, "Hey, drill sergeant, move in, drill sergeant." Depending on what platoon you was in, depending on really when they called your name, it could have felt like forever. I mean, it definitely did feel like forever. And I was in first platoon, so. So then we went over to the drill pad and make sure you go on the right drill pad. Make sure they tell you before which drill pad, because some people went on the wrong drill pad. They had a wrong first day. And when you go, people were like running over. There's like we have Delta dogs, so there was a big dog in the middle. Fucking people were just running over it and stuff, and that's basically a kill zone. It's a big no-no. But you don't know that the first day, but people were doing it. Drill sergeants. That's when you start seeing the tag team of drill sergeants come along, and they start all yelling at you and stuff like that. And you stand in formation, your laundry bag still over your head, and then when you get everybody, they're like, "All right, put your laundry bags down," whatever. So you drop your laundry bags, and then, they set you up for failure. They're like, "Oh, you didn't do that right. Everyone was supposed to do that one time. We're all about uniformity here. This is the military. All right, put your bags back up," and then you'll be holding your bags up again. And then, you'll get done with that eventually. And when you get done with that, we had all of our duffel bags lined up. So they told us that we had like 2 minutes for everyone to find their duffel bags, which is, at the time, I don't even know if I could do it now, but at the time it was fucking impossible. You're not going to do it. So, everybody that found their laundry bag found it. Everyone who didn't. So then, you get smoked more. Smoked is basically a form of punish. It means that you're getting punished. And in that way, it starts with push-ups, and then, it leads to other stuff, but it's, for the most part, for the first few weeks, it's push-ups. So if you're struggling on push-ups, you better get on that. And then, they told us, like, "Oh, you have, like, 45 more seconds, blah, blah, blah." I don't think we did it. I don't think we had it I don't think we got it done in 45 more seconds. A lot more people got their bags in that time, but, they try getting you to work as a team. And by doing that, is they set you up for that failure, so that you can go back in it and find out what you have to do. So if that means that every time you see a bag or someone's name, you have to yell their name in order to make the process go by quicker, and then that's how you can find your bag too. It's just a whole bunch of things. Like if drill sergeant calls someone's name and the person doesn't hear it, you all get in trouble for it because they didn't hear it. So basically, when the drill sergeant called someone's name, you called their name too, like you echoed it, and the person could hear it. And I think after that we basically got smoked from like lunch to dinner. That's what they call the shock attack. Make sure you drink water before you go to basic. I don't care if it's cold or hot outside. It was hot outside. It was like 100 and something degrees outside when I went, because I went in August. But other people, even if it's cold, you can still pass out and stuff like that. And what they do is they strip you down to your boxes. You get ice sheeted. Get sent to the hospital. Don't want to do that, especially the first day. Don't want to do that. It's not a big deal. Don't take it to the heart. There are people fucking crying there. Like, don't cry. Don't cry. It ain't that bad. it wasn't bad at all. I mean, if you should have done enough research on it coming here, going to basic training. So that's just my take on it. And so then you go to dinner and stuff like that. You come back and stuff, and that's basically when they tell you to turn in your cell phones and stuff like that, iPods, and some people you won't get them till the end of basic training. Some people you'll get phone calls like at the beginning of every phase. Like I got phone calls at the beginning of every phase. I don't know if they're starting to have people have it on them just on personal time, which is stupid. I hope they don't do that. But I mean, they'll tell you like this is your last call for a while or whatever. They'll have you call your parents. Basically, it's like a 30-second phone call. So make sure your parents are near the phone that day. Like, just hey, I got to basic training. All right, I'll talk to you later. Love you. Bye. That's what that is. And then from there you start basic training. You get punished all the time for everything, even shit that you don't even know you did. If one person screws up, like when a drill sergeant walks in, if it's the only drill sergeant, you call it ease. You don't say anything for another drill sergeant if you're on the drill pad. If you're in the bay, like the barracks, and a drill sergeant walks in, if it's your main drill sergeant, you call it ease, no matter what drill sergeant's in there. If another one walks in, after that, it's drill sergeant on the floor. The only other time you call it ease is if the first sergeant walks in, or you call everyone to attention if the commander walks in. And I mean, you'll learn that, and people mess that up, and especially like as a platoon, if one person messes up, you all pay for it. Or if you don't call it ease or something, everyone gets punished for it. Or we had one kid on the drill pad that's a drill sergeant on the floor, and you don't say that when you're on the fucking drill pad. I mean, you get in trouble for that too. So I mean, there's just a lot that you have to pick up, and you'll get used to it. But like for the first like couple weeks, everyone's gonna get punished for it as a whole. After that, they're gonna start going individually, but in the meantime, it's just like that. Different things that you do in that phase. I mean, we did our first ruck march in that phase. We did land navigation, and we did the gas chamber. The gas chamber wasn't that bad at all. I mean, you go in there, you have your mask on, and you go in there, and everyone stands around in a circle, and they have when the drill sergeant comes off to you, you break the seal on your mask. You say your last name. We had to say what platoon we was in and what our drill sergeant's name was. Our actual main drill sergeant, because I had 3 drill sergeants for my platoon, and then so then everyone does that, and then they start lining up everyone 10 at a time, and they go up and they take off their mask, and they have their mask like this, and they say the Soldier's Creed, and once you get done saying the Soldier's Creed, they like to fuck around with you a little bit. Then they have your mask in your hand like this, and they flap your arms, because that's the way that they're gonna get the gas out of you. So you do that. He opens the door, and if you opened up your eyes or something like that, your eyes are fucking burning. I tried not to, and I did by accident. Your hands are burning, your neck's burning. Before that, when we first got in the gas chamber, they had us doing like half jacks and shit, like trying to make our pores open so the gas could get in us. So basically, by the end of it, you feel like your neck, your hands, and your eyes. Other than that, it's not bad at all. And like at the time, you're like, this fucking sucks. This sucks. But after like we thought about it, and it wasn't bad at all. It was pretty fun. I mean, I would do it again. I said at the time I'd never do it again, but now that I'm here, like I'm done with everything, I would do it again. But yeah, I think it was just land nav, gas chamber, your first road march. PT, you PT every day except for Sunday. You run on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and we did muscle fair on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we did runs. We did these things called 30-60s. It's basically you sprint for 30 seconds and you rest for a minute, and then it ended up being 60-120s, where you sprint for 60 seconds and rest for 120 seconds. Or we had group runs, depending on how fast you can run a mile in. You go in groups A, B, or C. A is the best, B is in the middle, and C, you need to get up there. Then muscle failure, we did like 2 minutes of push-ups, a minute 30 of push-ups, a minute of push-ups, 45 seconds of push-ups, and we also did sit-ups, so like push-ups, sit-ups, push-ups, sit-ups, push-ups, sit-ups, and you do it with a partner. But trust me, you'll do enough push-ups before the first PT test. You will not have to worry at all. You'll probably still be a little fatigued from it, but it's no big deal. Just try passing your first PT test. Don't be that one that fails their first PT test. People do it, but you just want to get on that game. Practice your 2-mile run now if you haven't. Even I know that they tell you to run a mile. Practice 2 miles. Practice doing 2 minutes of push-ups and 2 minutes of sit-ups. Just practice it right now. My next video will come out and be about weight phase.